All right, y'all. Lucy wants to know, do you think I need a financial advisor? Well, Lucy, I got to tell you, nope. I don't think you need a financial advisor, but we're going to break down your comment step by step. So let's get into it. What's up, guys? I'm Kay Scholl. Welcome to another financial awareness video. So on the video that I posted a while ago called 10 Great Questions to Ask a Financial Advisor, I get a lot of questions on that video, and I would say the most common question I get is around the topic of needing a financial advisor. And I really liked Lucy's comment. So we're going to break it down, and we're going to kind of get into it now because, like I mentioned, I don't think Lucy needs a financial advisor. So let's kind of read this real quick. This is from Lucy. I just turned 31 this year and I started investing last year. Even though I am a CPA, I found out that I am not very good at investing in the stock market. Now I want to find someone who can manage my retirement account before I lose all my money. I have a decent salary and have saved some over the years, but it's not too much comparing with the CEOs or business owners. Do you think I need a financial advisor? And will they take me seriously because of my relatively low net worth? Oh my goodness, such a great comment. So I'm sorry to do this to you, Lucy, but I just want to break this down step by step because this is such a great comment. So you're 31. Happy birthday, happy belated birthday, and you just started investing last year. So this is proof. I know there's some great videos out there and great charts out there that said, if I started saving at 18, but as Lucy will probably tell you, at age 18 to 22, you're worried about maybe college. You're worried about what your boyfriend or girlfriend is doing. You're not necessarily directly worried about retiring in the stock market. So I love seeing those charts that say if you started investing at age 18, how much money you'd have in retirement, because that's great if you've got wealthy parents that could help throw $5-6 grand a year into a Roth for you or something. But most people don't get started right away. I actually got started at 22 with my first job out of college. So I was super motivated to start because I saw my parents and grandparents not have a great retirement. So I wanted to be saving from the first moment, just me personally. But a lot of people don't start till their late 20s or 30s, which is perfectly fine. So happy belated birthday. You are a CPA. That's fantastic. What does that tell me? That tells me that you went to college, you became a CPA, and you passed that super hard test, and that you're a smart person. And not only are you a smart person, but you're acknowledging how smart you are by mentioning your career, and you're vocalizing out loud through your comment that even though you're smart and even though you know a lot of information about this one topic over here of accounting and tax law and how a CEO or business owner should manage their cash flows and, depreciation schedules and all that good stuff. You know all that stuff, but when it comes to growing and investing your money, you're still learning. You're still seeking more information. So I love the fact that you acknowledged that you're smart in one area, but not smart in another, and that you want to learn and get better. So I love that about you already. You want to find someone who can manage your retirement before you lose all your money. If you invest in ETFs and mutual funds, you're not going to lose all your money. If you don't invest correctly, or if you're trying to be cute and time the market, yeah, you could get your hand caught in the cookie jar and you could be burned. But at the end of the day, if you're investing correctly in your qualified retirement accounts, your Roth, your traditional, your SEP, simple, solo 401k, your employer 401k, if you're investing correctly in those types of accounts, you're not going to lose all your money. I think you're being a little sarcastic there. But, at the end of the day, during my 8-year tenure as a financial advisor, I heard plenty of stories of how someone's mom or someone's uncle lost all their money because a financial advisor, burned them. I think there might even be a clip in Rocky 3 about how he lost all of his money because he gave it to some financial advisor and, he gave him power of attorney, and the attorney took all of his money.
Oh, come on, what'd you do, boy?
He gave power of attorney to our accountant.
So, not all financial advisors are created equal, and some will scam you and burn you, but most financial advisors are very social, nice people, and you're not going to lose all of your money, and hopefully they're not going to lose all your money either. But there are some bad apples out there, so good for you to be aware of that. You have a decent salary and have saved some over the years, but it is not too much comparing with the CEOs or business owners. That's okay. We all start from somewhere. Unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, everybody starts from zero. And a lot of millennials and a lot of Gen Zers, they're not even starting from zero. They're starting negative in the hole because of student loans, credit card bills, car payments right out of college. So, everyone starts somewhere, and don't worry because everyone's trying to get through the day and save for their future just like you. Some have a bigger shovel to dig them out of a hole, a bigger income to pay off debt. Some have a smaller income and they got to inch away at it. Some have big shovels and they could chunk huge money at paying off debt or chunk huge money at investing in the stock market or for their retirement. But your question is, will they take you seriously because you don't have a bunch of money? There's a little bit of truth to that. When a financial advisor is being referred to all these different people, a 31-year-old single female that's a CPA that probably has some college student loans, probably has some credit card debt, you might even have some car debt yourself. If all of your money is going towards debt and not a ton of your money is going towards saving for your future, or you carry a ton of debt and you don't have a lot of assets in cash or stocks, then yeah, you're hitting the nail on the head here. A financial advisor is not going to be terribly thrilled or excited to call you back. So what's going to happen is these financial advisors that maybe would call you, if they can't make money off of you by investing your money for you, they might try to sell you some sort of an insurance policy.
Always be closing.
So even though you're going to them for help with budgeting, help with learning about risk tolerance, help with learning about investments, if they identify you as someone who they can't or won't make a lot of money off of from an investment standpoint, they might shift their focus and try to sell you some insurance policy.
Always be closing.
So, keep an eye out whenever you work with a financial advisor. They're very social people. They're very easy to talk to. They're probably really great people at their core too. But at the end of the day, they are fancy salespeople.
Always be closing.
And they're trying to sell you on some recommendation that probably may be in your best interest, but it's also a recommendation where they're going to make money as well. So will they take you seriously? I hope. But I don't know who you're going to talk to. You might get somebody that is so tenured in their financial advisor career path that you're too small of an account for them to take on. That is 100% true, and that does happen. And the more younger advisors that maybe don't have a lot of assets under management, that don't have a minimum threshold for a client, maybe they would take you on. But again, like I said a second ago, you might be in a situation where they identify during the conversation with you that there maybe isn't a lot of money for them to make based off of your investments. So maybe they're going to try to sell you some sort of an insurance policy. I don't know. But you're hitting the nail on the head there because there are some really good Dave Ramsey endorsed local providers that will have the heart of a teacher and that will take you on as a client, and they will educate you and they will fill you with information for you to research online or for you to read and take home. But at the end of the day, you're hitting the nail on the head here, like I'm repeating again. Some advisors won't give you the time of the day. You have to find the right one that will. And you have to find the right one that will, that's not going to try to sell you on some recommendation that is completely outside the world of what's in your best interest, but it lines their pockets by giving them a commission of some sort. So you got to interview and you got to ask great questions. And you got to figure out what their motivation are. But to answer your question, do I think you need a financial advisor? Here's my answer. I said it at the beginning of the video. I'm going to say it again now. I don't think you need a financial advisor if, and here's the big if you're willing to learn, if you're willing to research, and if you're willing to put in the time. If you can do all three of those things, willingness to learn, willingness to do the research, and taking the time to do it, during your day at work, after your day at work, on the weekends, watch YouTube videos like mine. There's lots of other great videos out there on YouTube as well. If you're willing to put in the time to learn, I don't think you need a financial advisor. This isn't 1978 or 1980 where you got to pick up the phone and call your broker and ask them what's the hottest stock tip. The ability that the internet has given all of us is access of information in our hands through our cell phones or in lightning fast speed on a great internet connection. So you don't need a financial advisor if you have the time to learn some of this stuff yourself. And you don't have to be an expert. You could go to Vanguard and pick out a handful of their index funds and then just dollar cost average into them, and you'll be fine. You don't have to put together the cutest, most sophisticated portfolio of, 32% large cap and, 20% small cap and 18% international. You don't have to get too cute with it. You could make it real simple and just do a target date fund until you get your bearings, until you get your financial knowledge or your financial awareness up high enough to where you're making financial decisions with some degree of confidence.
What's your level of certainty?
I am not uncertain.
So I think you could do it yourself. It's not terribly difficult. I've got plenty of videos out there that could help you. You want to figure out how much money you can afford to throw at your retirement accounts compared to paying off debt, paying off student loans, paying off a car loan, paying down a credit card. You need to manage your own personal budget first. Then you have identified how much money you can contribute into your retirement account. Do that religiously. Do that every single paycheck, do that every single month, and dollar cost average into the market. Don't worry about getting cute and timing the market. You want to worry about time in the market and just focus on how much more can you save? How much more can you save? How much more can you save? Focus on how much you can save, because I love Dave Ramsey quotes, and one of the best Dave Ramsey quotes that I found is your savings rate, which is how much money you can save. Your savings rate is a substantially higher indication of your ability to retire, of your ability to have some degree of financial success. It's not always about the rate of return. It's about your savings rate. Follow me on this quick math. $10,000 saved at a 5% rate of return is what? $500, right? Yeah, $500 versus $0 saved at a 20% rate of return, or $100 saved at a 20% rate of return. The amount of money you're saving is more impactful in terms of your rate of return than what your actual rate of return is. So focus on how much you could be saving, and then while you are saving that money, watch videos, go to Investopedia, no affiliation, go to other great online resources. NerdWallet's a great one. I go to Investopedia a lot just to look up simple stuff. So don't be afraid to go to various resources, YouTube videos, Google's, white papers, articles. Go to Fidelity, go to Vanguard. There's a ton of great resources out there for you to learn about your risk tolerance, about retirement planning, for you to do this on your own. And if you have the willingness, the time, the motivation to do it, I don't think you need a financial advisor. I think you'll do great on your own, and I applaud you if that's the route you're going to go down, because I think you can do it. And if there's anyone out there watching this video that needs a little slap on the butt, needs a little pat on the back, needs a little attaboy, attagirl, I am giving it to you right now. I'm telling you from the perspective of a financial advisor. I was one for 8 years. It is not rocket science. It is not brain surgery. You can figure it out on your own. You just have to not be lazy. You just have to figure out a few things to get yourself started. And then as you're learning, as you're going down that path towards retirement, constantly be learning, constantly be trying to talk to people about retirement, about finances, about your personal financial situation. Find an accountability partner and go through this process with him or her to hold you accountable to hitting your financial goals. I think you can do it, and I hope you can too. One last little comment here, and I will say this. If you are inheriting a large chunk of money, $750,000, $1 million, $2 million, or some obscene large amount of money, and you're too scared of how to handle it and you're afraid you're going to make a big mistake, absolutely work with a financial advisor and hire somebody. But if you are the average millennial, the average Gen Zer, the average person in America that's got a little bit of credit card debt, maybe a little bit of car debt, maybe some student loans, if you are the average person in America, you can completely do this on your own. You don't need to pay somebody or hire somebody to do it. And here's my prediction. If you do that, if you do it on your own and you start your account from a few $100 or shoot from a few $1,000 and you work your way up to $10,000, you work your way up to $25,000, $50,000, or $100,000, the amount of knowledge that you will gain from dollar cost averaging in the market and figuring out when to buy or when to sell or when to rebalance your portfolio, the more you do it on your own, the less you will feel like you need to hire a financial advisor. So if you started on your own from scratch, from zero, from $1,000, $10,000, and you're going to grow your portfolio to $100,000, $200,000 or more, by the time you get to the point where you have enough money, where you feel like a financial advisor would be willing to call you back, you probably have enough knowledge already to where you don't need to work with a financial advisor and you could just continue on your own. But if you do have some unique situation where you're inheriting, $1 million or $2 million, or a family member passed away and you're receiving their life insurance death benefit or something completely unfortunate like that, and you've got a large sum of money and it makes you nervous, not sure what to do, sure, go out, hire a financial advisor, interview a few, but just know you don't have to work with them for the rest of your life. You don't have to constantly, every quarter, every year, be giving your fee to them. So take the time to learn and do it yourself, and you'll be great. Okay, well, there you go. Stirring the pot a little bit. I hope I didn't offend too many financial advisors out there, but if you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments down below. I appreciate your time. See you in the next one.